I ready? Of course not. Did I plan this thing like way early this morning? Of course I did. Did I get ready for it? No, of course not. Why would I do something silly like that? Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Chatty Crafty live stream where Chatty Crafty is never ready to go when time starts. It doesn't matter when I set these live streams for. I am never ready for them. All right, hold on. I got to get this up so I can see what's going on. I have an ad going on. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so here we go. Yay! Hello, hi Kelly, hi Amira, hi Chris, hi Kathy. Yay! Everybody's here. Woot woot! I love to see everybody here so much. That's so awesome. I lost my support to put my phone on. Where'd it go? I don't know where my support to put my phone on. I had a little, oh, there it is. I put it up there. Okay. I had to get it out of my way and I couldn't remember where I put it, but I got it now. There we go. Sport phone. Why are we looking at nothing? What is this? Are we looking at, where are we looking up? Why are we looking up? What are we looking at? This is, what in the world are we looking at? Oh no, I have it on the wrong stinking camera. Well, this is not good. How do I reverse the camera while it's already live without putting my face in the picture? Is that the button? Did I get it? Did I get it? Maybe? Maybe not. What am I looking for? Oh, nope, I turned the camera off. Hold on. That's the one that I want. There we go. No, Chatty Crafty is never ready for these. Never, ever, 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 ever. Hi, Valerie. Okay. Pretty soon it'll come back. There we go. All right, we got it. There. Yeah. Woohoo! I can see it on my camera now. So you can see it on the camera now. It's so far behind everything else. Oh, one of these days, maybe, just maybe, I will be ready for a live stream when I start the live stream. And I honestly do not suggest anybody lay any money on that because I don't think it will ever, 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 ever happen. All right, I have a bunch of markers to test today. And what I have here, and I need to open this up, this is just, I'm going to pull out the brown sheet of paper so that I have brown, and I'm going to use white, black, and brown, and then I've got a warm color and a cool color. So I'm going to test these markers on all of those different colors and see how they turn out, which is what I was planning on doing. And if I'd been a smart little cookie, I would have gotten all my papers ready before the live stream started. But like I said, don't ever bet on the idea that I will be ready when a live stream starts, because it's just, no, I really don't think I'm ever going to do it. It's just, it's not in my wheelhouse. I don't have the spoons for it. I just do what I do. So, hello everybody, let's see. Doris is probably listening, but Doris is driving. So Doris, drive safely. We were chatting before the live stream started, and she said that she was going to get in her car and listen to the live stream. So Doris is probably there, but Doris, please don't say anything while you're driving, because that's we'd rather have you here than listen to you. We'd rather have you here in the future than listen to you right now, if that makes sense. All right, so there's my sheet of brown. So I'm going to use a sheet of brown. Now I need to get out a sheet of black. And honestly, I'm not really sure where a sheet of black cardstock is at the moment. So we'll get to that. Let's see what I can find that's at least relatively decent. Something that's relatively decent to a black sheet of paper. And then we'll get started on trying out all of these little markers that I have here. Woot! I'm looking forward to it. I really am. I am honestly well and truly looking forward to testing out these markers. Hold on. I gotta move something. Oh, move that. Okay, there we go. Moved. And check down here. This is the place that's most likely to have a sheet of black cardstock. Let's see if there's any in here. Oh, look, there is. Look at that. I got lucky. There was black cardstock in my little stash. Well, actually, I do believe that that's dark gray, not black, but it's close. And we're just going to say we're going to go with that because that's what I have in hand. Woot, woot. Oh, I got a pop-up ad. Another 1/10 of a penny. Living on the edge. Yes, living on the edge. That's it. You're absolutely right, Valerie. Living on the edge. Okay, so I have all of these markers to test. I have these right here that I got from Ollie's for $1.99. They're Intensify markers, and then they're made by Bic. And then I have these Pentonic ones, these rollerball ones that I got. And I got these because they're a 1mm ballpoint, and they are small enough that I can fit them in the little holder that I have for my Cricut Joy. So I want to test these out because most of the ones that I have for my Cricut Joy are 0.4mm, and I'd rather use a 1mm one. These I honestly think that I got off of Amazon when I had a coupon or something. Hey, Doris! Drive very safely, Doris. Don't talk to us until you're home, please. Just, you know, you do you, but please don't talk to us till you're home so that we know you get home safely. I have these right here. I honestly think I got them off of Amazon when I had a coupon for them. I've had them for a while and never opened them, but I'm going to open them today. I got these off of from Ollie's. I spent $2.99 on these for these Art Skills double tip ones that I'm ready to try. Thank you very much, Doris. Let's see, marker time. Yes, I know marker time. And then I have these, which are actually called stain pens, which I have ideas for these because I'm thinking that these would be amazing on something like acetate if it dries, because if it's made to stain glass, it should stain acetate as well. And then I could color my acetate, and that would be so cool. The Spectrum Noir markers are so pretty. Yes, they are, Amira. They really, really are. One of the crafters that I watch on YouTube uses Spectrum Noir almost exclusively, and I wondered, so I bought a small set of them and to see what they are. And these are the chalk markers that I'm going to try because I have never tried liquid chalk markers before. So this is an Arteza brand. I got these from Ollie's for $4. I paid $4 for this set. So which ones will I try first? I don't know. I don't care. Which ones would you like me to try first, Amira? I'll let you pick. And then I've got these brush tip markers that I got for $4. They're also from Art Skills from Ollie's. And then the last one, I've already tried these once, but it was a really quick test when at the very end of a live stream that I forgot to do first. Yes, Kelly, they do. They all seem very nice, but I did test these once already and they are simply stunning. Oh my gosh, I love these so much. So I'm going to test them again in a more complete test and all that other stuff. So those are the ones that I want. So Amira, which set am I starting with? We have the brush tip, the Spectrum Noir, the Art Skills, we have the Bic ones, we have the Pentonic ones, we have the stain pens, and then we have the chalk ones. Which one should I do first? I'm going to do all of them. Which one should I do first? Those metallic ones I really like. Yes, the metallic ones are absolutely beautiful. Oh my gosh. I have to honestly say that since I've done that live stream, I have been in another Ollie's and I picked up 2 more packs of these because I knew that when these run out, I would be upset. So I picked up 2 more packs. All right. So Spectrum Noir. Amira has chosen Spectrum Noir. So Spectrum Noir it is. This will be the first ones. All righty then. And see. And Kelly says the chalk ones, so the chalk ones will be second. All right, so got that lined up right there. So the Spectrum Noir ones are first. And like I said, I'm going to try these on multiple different types of paper because I want to see the effect, because you know as well as I do that the background color makes a difference when you're trying something with marker. So there's those, and then so we've got the white, the black, although it's not quite black, it's dark gray, and then the cool color, the warm color, and the brown. So those are the colors that I'm going to be trying these markers out on so that we can see what they are. So we're going to start with the Spectrum Noir ones. These are called metallic flip markers is what they are. And I actually do have a link for these. I found these, YouTube is letting me do something now where I post links to things that you can buy, and if you buy it through my link, I get something of a commission. It's not much, but if you choose to buy these through my link, then I get a little bit of a commission, so it's a way to boost my income through YouTube. So I thought I'd point that out to you. I think that makes this a sponsored video, but I'm just posting the link. I am not getting anything from them other than if you buy that, and I get a little bit of a commission. So I'm going to be absolutely honest about my opinion of these. All right, so it says metallic flip marker, but I'm not really sure why it says flip marker, because these are definitely one-sided. There is not another cap on this end, so that kind of confuses me. I don't see why it's a flip. Not really sure. It says, create stunning iridescent designs with colors that flip and change as they catch the light. Oh, so these have some sort of mica that is a color changing, like a chameleon thing. Oh, okay. All right, so we're going to start with these. Oops, another pop-up ad. Get rid of that. Can you all see my phone? Yeah, you can. It's right over there in the little corner. You can see my little phone right over there. That's okay. I just use it to follow along with the announcements that are going on with the chat that's going on, although I will put it on silent, so if anything happens, it doesn't go off. All right, so here we go. We're going to start with the yellow one, and we're going to start here, and I have to push these down in order to get them to work. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to open up a few of them and push them down at the same time, but I'm not going to open the 2 green ones at the same time these two because they're very similar in color. The green and the teal are very similar in color. So let's get these moving. There we go. That one's working. And the tappy noises, that one's working. And the yellow is working. All right, so we've got these 3 working at the moment. I'll get the other 3 working and then we'll test them out. Dun, 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 dun. So far they're nice. That was really easy to get them to work. I don't hear a ball in them, so I don't know if I'm supposed to shake them. But the color is actually pretty nice without having shaken them. That's interesting because this one's already got ink on it. And this is the first time I've ever opened this. So that's interesting that that one's already got ink on it. Very strange. All right, so I'm not sure how that happened unless this was a return when I bought it. And I bought it oh so long ago that I wouldn't even be able to tell you when I got this. There we go. All right, so they're all working now. All right, here we go. Dun, da, da, da. So this is the first one. It's kind of a greenish color. And if it's supposed to be one where it's chameleon, I'm going to make a solid block of it so we can actually test the chameleon colors of it. And then that's the second one. And I can actually see, I don't know if you can see it, but I can see mica in that. I'm going to get them all down and then I'm going to show them to you because I can definitely see mica in these. These are nice. I will say that. These are nice markers. Now, I will say I'm not sure why they have 3 colors that are so close to each other. Because this teal, that green, and then the darker green are actually very close to each other. Oh, you know, I'm going to be upset if the teal one doesn't work because that's my favorite color in these. Teal and purple are my colors. Y'all know that. And then this is the blue right there. They absolutely color like a dream. I mean, this is just smooth like butter. Which one did I skip? Yellow. I skipped the yellow one. This is just smooth like butter. Oh my gosh, these are beautiful. Look at that. I don't know if you can see it as well. Let me pull this up so you get more light on it. But look at that. Can you see the iridescence of it? I can see it pretty well where I am, but I don't know if it's coming through on the camera. Oh, these are so cool. Oh my gosh, these are so cool. Like this one right here, I can tell it's shifting from green to yellow. This one's shifting from orange to yellow. I can't tell what that one's shifting to, maybe yellow to gold. And this one's shifting green and blue. This one is shifting probably blue and silver, and that one is shifting blue and turquoise or purple and turquoise. These are gorgeous. These are absolutely gorgeous. Okay, that's cool. Okay, so that was on white paper. All right, well, let's try the same exact set of markers on black paper and see what they look like. So this is the same idea, the same set of markers, and they're probably not going to be in the same order. Oh, it is coming through the camera. Thank you, Amira. Thank you, Kelly, for letting me know. Yeah, that's cool. So these are the exact same markers on the black paper. And I can see the shifted color a lot better on this one than I could see it on the other one. So I'm not really seeing the base color as well, but I am seeing the shifted color a lot better. Yeah, these are beautiful, Amira. Yeah, absolutely. These are gorgeous. These Spectrum Noir, they're Spectrum Noir metallic flip markers. And like I said, I do have a link to get these. And if you choose to buy them through my link, I do get a little bit of a commission, teeny tiny little bit of a commission. But that's up to you. You spend your money the way you want to spend your money. All right. Hey, Chris. Yeah, wow. Look at that on the black. I mean, that is stunning. I like this. This color, this marker set is beautiful. Oh my gosh. Look at that. And like I said, I'm seeing more of the shift color on the black than I'm seeing the base color on the black. I don't know if that's what's coming through on the camera, but these are absolutely stunning. It does seem to shift better on the white. So it does seem to get more of the color shift on the white than it does on the black paper. But oh my goodness gracious, that is beautiful. Okay, cool color. So doing the same thing on a cool piece of paper. I know they're beautiful, Amira. I am absolutely, I am in awe with these. These, wow, I can really see the shift in that one beautifully well. That dark blue, that royal blue one. Oof, these are gorgeous. Oh, wow. That one comes out as a much more striking green. It's much more of a cerulean, I think that's how you pronounce it, green. Wow, look at the shift on that one. That's the green marker. So mostly what you're seeing there is actually the shift color. And then the orange on there. Look at that. So this is what it's like when you put it on a cool color. And this is a dark cool color. I didn't choose a light cool color. I chose a dark cool color. But those are simply beautiful. Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. Now remember that this one right here is actually this color green right there. I think that's the one that I did it. Yeah, that's the one. So you're really seeing more of the shift than you're seeing the green when it's on this cool paper color. Oh, la, 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 la. Warm color time. I am having fun with this. I hope y'all are enjoying this because I am really enjoying this. That marker doesn't show up hardly at all. That orange one doesn't show up hardly at all. And here we go. And I'm putting them over here in the order that I put them down on there. Oops, another tenth of a penny. Woot. I got 13 people in here. Hello, if you would please, like the stream. Thank you very much for liking the stream. If you want to lurk, you're more than welcome to lurk. If you want to comment, please do subscribe. You have to be a subscriber for 5 minutes in order to comment because I'm putting this all over Facebook now. So, you have to really want to subscribe, want to talk to me if you want to do it through Facebook. But, next time, just subscribe early. Now, this is the orange and the yellow, and I really don't see very much of those, of the colors, but I do see the reflective shift from them. So I don't get any of the base color, but I do get the reflective shift. And on the rest of them, I'm getting both the color and the reflective shift, which makes sense because orange and yellow are warm colors, and this is a warm color sheet of paper. So yeah, these are gorgeous. Oh my gosh, these are beautiful. All right, brown. I did not have a marker addiction, but I think I'm gonna have one now. Oh, Kelly. Yep, I'm sorry, not sorry. I don't know if that's going to come across the right way because, I definitely have a marker addiction. I am flat addicted to markers. I love them so much. Considering some of the other things that could be going on in my life, especially with the life that I've had, I think a marker addiction is pretty healthy, personally. Not cheap, mind you, but pretty healthy. There we go. So these are the colors that are going down this time. And on this brown, it's interesting because I'm seeing, it depends on the base color as to whether or not I'm seeing the shift or the main color. Joining late, what marker set is this? This marker set is the Spectrum Noir Metallic Flip Markers. And we have already tried it on white, black, or at least the black surrogate that we're using right now. And then a warm color and a cool color, and this is the brown that we're doing it on. So hello Donna, nice to see you, and this is what we're doing. And I do have a link for these. If you choose to buy this through my link that's in this video, I do get a little teeny tiny bit of a commission. But I mean, I'm not going to tell you how to spend your money. I did not get these from Ollie's. I bought these off of Amazon a long time ago. But I never used them before. And then this right here, these are the ones on the brown. And I see the shift more than anything in the two lightest colors. But in the other colors, I see both colors. I see both the shift and the metallic color. So that is really cool. That is really cool. And I really hope that when YouTube decides to translate this, that it gets the shift and not another possible word that it might think I'm saying. I'm just saying. So here is the same set of markers. They're not in the same order on all of them, but this is the same set of markers on all of the different colors of paper that we're testing them on. And I highly recommend this set of markers. This set of markers is absolutely stunning. I absolutely love them so much. Oh, so much. That's cool. Yay, that is really cool. So that is the Spectrum Noir Metallic Flip Markers. Highly recommend. I picked them up off of Amazon a long time ago, but they are still available in other sources and everything like that. Oh my gosh, these are gorgeous. Oh, I love these. I'm going to get use out of these. Definitely going to get use out of these. All right, so those are put away. And then the next one that we're going to try is the chalk markers. I picked these up at Ollie's, but I did find a link for these in the description as well. So if you choose to buy them, but these were $4 at Ollie's, and I highly recommend that you find them at Ollie's if you have that opportunity, because the lengths that I found were exceedingly more expensive. This was probably about the price that I would have paid if I hadn't had a coupon, or actually not a yeah, I know. How do you follow that, Valerie? I have no idea. That. Hopefully some of the other ones are just as nice. But yeah, those were amazing. But I did have a gift certificate, and that's how I got these. These, I do have a link that you can buy them from, but honestly, if you can get them from Ollie's, get them from Ollie's, because the link is significantly more expensive than the $4 that I spent on these. And these are chalk markers, and I have always just eschewed chalk markers. I have never really tried using them for anything because I've never really understood, you know, the whole idea behind a chalk marker. So we're going to run these through some paces. And if y'all have some suggestions of things that I should do with these, then by all means, let me know. Somebody just came up. Who was that? That's Baby Bear. Baby Bear is in the house. Let's see if Baby Bear comes up. I have markers all over his bed. Hold on, I have to clean off his bed if he decides to come up. Because Baby Bear is in the house. Baby Bear's at my feet right now. He's such a little baby. You see him? Is he going to come up, baby man? Huh? You going to come up? Where's the baby? There's the baby. Come on. There you go. Up, 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 up. There you go. Say hi to everybody. Say hi to everybody. Yeah. Say hi. Yeah, there you go. You said hi. Yes, you're such a good baby. Yes, you are. Now you got to get your butt up in your bed. Yes, butt-ski up, ski into the bed. Yeah. Mwah. Oh, you're such a baby. Yes, you are. You're such a boy. Yes, come on. Butt-ski up, ski. Boop. Ba-doop. There you go. All right. So, chalk markers. Here we go. There we go. Mark that and open that up. Move this so I don't cut myself, because that would be bad. Oh, no. You have to stay up on your bed. You have to stay up on your bed, baby man. Yes, I know, but you have to stay up on your bed. I know. You're such a good baby. Yes, you are. You're such a good baby. Come on. Get your Tuesdays back on your bed. There you go. All right, so here we go. Baby Bear, you're going to earn yourself a place on the floor. You know that, right? You know that, right? You're going to earn yourself a floor spot if you keep this up, little baby man. I know. Silly Liz. Hey, Bone Tired Travelers. Good to see you. I've caught you on a couple lives that you've had going on, and I appreciate that. There we go. All right, butt-ski up-ski. All right, so these are the Arteza Earth Tones. They're called Earth Tones, and it's liquid chalk markers, and here we go. Okay, he laid down. We're good. So we're going to start with, I'm going to pick, how many of the 6? I'm going to pick 6 of these to test out, because I think if I test out every one of them, we'll be here for a while. So I'm going to pick some decently different colors. So there we go, and then we'll pull out a green, and we'll pull out this one that looks like it might be silver, and then we'll pull out this one that looks like it's a black color right there, just like so. Now, do these shake? Yes, these shake. Okay, so I'm going to shake these a little bit to get them up. Oh, look at that. Oh, whoa, look at that. It comes with extra little nibs. Oh, that's too cool. And it also comes with a little nibs puller. Oh, this is the second set of Arteza things that I've gotten that comes with a nib and a nib puller. It's got something else in here, too. It's got more of these. Did I already try a set of these? No, I tried a different set. Or did I buy 2 sets of these? Is this the second time that I've bought this set? Hey, do y'all remember if I've done this before? Because this looks awfully familiar. I'm wondering. I have to say, I've never had a bad art product by Arteza. Neither have I. Oh my gosh. And the one that was sent to me by one of the guild members. Oh, the Arteza item that was sent to me by one of the guild members. This thing finally got one. Oh my gosh, this thing is incredible. And this will be, I'm keeping this one because it's the one that's open. But she sent me 2, so I'm going to give the other one away in the giveaway on Sunday. So we get to share the wealth on those. So here we go. All right, got some shaking on there. So let's try getting these going. I'm wondering if I bought a second set of these because this whole thing looks really familiar. All right, so I have to push the ink down into them. I agree with you on the Arteza, Valerie. I absolutely. So Bone Tired uses Spectrum Noir Tri-Blends. That's the one that I saw the person that I was watching on YouTube. That's the one that I saw her using, was the Spectrum Noir Tri-Blends. But those are expensive, and I really couldn't justify buying that. Now, I might regret it because, I mean, those Spectrum Noir that I just tried were amazing. So I might be regretting not having invested in the Spectrum Noir Tri-Blends, but so far this is the only Spectrum Noir product that I have invested in, is these flip metallic ones, and they were beautiful. Oh my gosh. All right, so here we go. All right, getting more of this going. Yeah, another thing that I could have done early was actually open these up and start them up, but I didn't do that either. You know. It wouldn't be a Chatty Crafty video if everything was all working perfectly at the beginning and the start. You got them on super sale. Oh, cool. I'm glad you found them on super sale. I'm hoping to find them on super sale at some point, because I would love a set of the Spectrum Noir tri-blends, because I don't do color mixing very well. Y'all know that. I keep mentioning that I don't do color mixing very well at all. And the tri-blend markers, the way they're set up, you get 3 markers in each tube, and they are already color matched to each other, so you don't have to worry about that kind of thing. So here we go. This is the brown one. This is the Arteza chalk marker. There's the brown one, and then we've got this silver one, and this is on the white paper, so we're testing it on the white paper first, and that's not very dark. That silver one is not very dark, but that's okay. I'm pretty sure it'll be much better on the darker colors when I do it on there. I have the Arteza colored pencils. They are fabulous, very creamy. Ooh, Sue, oh, thank you for letting us know. I have not seen Arteza colored pencils that I remember. I may have. I've seen so many things at Ollie's, I couldn't even tell you whether or not I've seen them or not. All right, so there they are. That's what they look like right there. And since it's chalk markers, oh, yep, they do blend. They blend well. I'm going to do that again without sticking my finger in it this time. That was a test to see if they would blend after I got them on the paper, and the answer is yes, yes they do. Why, as a matter of fact, why yes, yes they do. And now I have my fingers all colorful. So here we go. Let's try that again. So the answer to the question of do they blend is yes, yes they absolutely do. So here we go. So now we've got these colors laid out and done, and that's what they look like on this. Now obviously, since I pushed them down and I tested them out a little bit after I put them on there, I got them on Amazon. Okay, cool. Okay, so you got the Arteza colored pencils. Yes, Amira, yes. That's very funny. It was very funny. It wouldn't be a Chatty Crafty show if I didn't end up with something on me somewhere. Oh, look, I stuck my thumb in the one that's over here too. Oh my goodness gracious. But that's really pretty. I like the colors of that. That's really cool. Now I got to find out what I did with the rest of my papers, because they were sitting on Baby Bear's bed, but when Baby Bear came up, I had to move them, and I don't know what I did with them. There they are. They're behind me. All right, so the next one we're going to do with these is the brown, because that's the one that's on top. I mean, there's no rhyme or reason to why I'm doing it this way. So this is the black one. These are all the chalk markers that I'm doing right now. And it looks like you can actually see how much is in the reservoir by the back of it. So that's pretty cool. So you know how much you have left. And these are nice markers. Now, I was told in the Chatty Crafty Facebook group that chalk markers, I believe it was in the Chatty Crafty Facebook group, that chalk markers, once they dry, they're not permanent, because if you get them wet, that they will spread again. So that's what they look like on the brown. And I have to say, those are beautiful. Those are standout colors. I have to say, those are really, really pretty. So are they set when you draw with them and then dry quickly? I don't know if they dry. Oh, they don't dry chalky. You didn't say quickly, you said chalky. Let's look at this one first. This one's still not dry. I can still see some wetness on that one. So when it is fully dry, I will stick my finger in it again, and we will see if it's chalky. I also want to use my little spray bottle and test it by putting some spray on it, because if it is water reactive, you could get some really cool reactions to it by adding water to it. So those are things that I want to test. So that's that on the white. This is it on the brown. Very nice. And now for the orange, and I'm really not thinking the orange is going to show up very well, which is not a surprise, because orange on orange, I mean, you can see that it's there. Oh, it does really change the color of this to a really beautiful pink color. And now the black is starting to show up very nicely. And let's see about the brown. Let's see that one. Oh, yes, very nicely. Now, I was thinking that the silver is going to start showing up better. Oh, there we go. Yeah, because it didn't show up at all on the white paper. This one, the silver didn't really show up at all on the white paper. That's really, really dim on the white paper. That's not the word I'm looking for, but that's the word that came to my head. So there we go. So there they are on the orange paper. And for some reason, this one seems to have been thinned out some. Let me shake that one again and see if that's going to make any difference, because it really seems to have thinned out some on that one. So there we go. And do that a little bit. If Baby Bear weren't sitting up there, I'd whip out my heat gun and I'd turn it on and I'd do that. But I think the heat gun would scare Baby Bear. So I'm not going to do that. My heat gun. Oh, Noob with a heat gun was great. That was the one that I did last Friday. That was the live stream that I did last Friday. So if you want to see a funny live stream with a noob with a heat gun who just went gaga over the idea of doing things with a heat gun, that's definitely one to watch. That one was funny. And of course, there's always the funniest one I think ever is my very first live stream on here, which was Noob with a Mink, where I broke my Mink. I literally broke my Mink laminator the moment I opened it. It was not, it was not fun. It was funny, but it was not fun. Here we go. So there's these colors on the cool color paper. Maybe try them on the chalk paper that came in the package. Absolutely. That's a great idea, Amira. Definitely. So trying these on the chalk paper that came in the package. See, I'm just thinking this seems really awfully familiar to me. Like I bought these before. Like this is the second set of these that I bought, and I tested them before on another live stream. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but it just seems like it because I remember seeing this, and I remember the little extra nibs, and I remember the little piece that comes out with it. We'll try that one in a moment, but yeah, there they are. So this one's definitely still wet. Let's check back on the white one here. There's still a little bit of glossiness to it, so it's still not quite dry. So we'll give it a little bit more time, put that one back there, and then try all these out on the black one that I have, which isn't exactly black. It's dark gray, but I didn't hit a piece of black paper out. But I will try that on that because that is black. Do, 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 do. Oh, wow. That green pops on this black. That poor Mink never stood. You're right, Valerie. That poor Mink never stood a chance. Broke it completely. Well, I mean, I didn't break it completely. I broke the housing. The Mink itself still works fine, but it definitely, the housing definitely comes off. It does, but maybe that was a different set. Maybe so. Maybe that was a different set. I don't know. But I mean, all of this just looks so familiar. It would not surprise me to buy the same set of markers twice. Not a marker hound that I am. It really would not surprise me to buy the same set of markers twice, even 3 times, possibly 4, maybe 5. Because I love markers. I think markers are the best thing ever. I don't know why I have such this enamored idea of the idealistic version of markers, but I do. I absolutely love them. I think they're the best. I think you may have unboxed, but promised to try out next time. I may have done that, Doris. I may very well have done that. That could very well be. That sounds like something I would do too, because I still haven't made that cheesecake recipe that I had since before Thanksgiving, and I still have not put up my Cricut lamp. I am just to put those two out there like that. So that's really pretty. I think that is a beautiful set of colors right there. I really do. And now this one should be dry. And yeah, these are now dry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little spray bottle and I'm actually going to wet these and see what happens if you get chalk marker wet after you've dried it. So these are now dry. I'm going to push down on it so that we can test it. Yeah, see, these are now dry, nicely dried. So what happens if we wet them again? So now I put a little bit of water on them. You can see a little bit of water on there. And that's interesting because the water seems to be moving away from the chalk. Like it's hydrophobic, like the chalk is hydrophobic, pushing the water away from it. That's interesting. Let me try it again and put a little bit more on there. Yeah, the chalk marker is definitely acting like a hydrophobic substance, but look at the pink run. Look at that pink run like that. Oh, that's cool. Look at the pink it's running. Oh, that's cool. Let's try a little bit more. Look at that. It does. It runs. Look at that. You can use this kind of like watercolor. Oh, this is so cool. Well, that was brilliant. I did it with the pen, with the finger that already had all the stuff on it, but that's really cool. Okay, so that gives an interesting way to use this chalk marker stuff. That's really neat. I like that. Okay, well, we're going to do this on a different one. I royally messed that one up by using my finger that already had black chalk all over it. Not the spritzer. Yes, Valerie, the spritzer has returned. So do that. So this is on there, and it really is, the chalk is acting hydrophobic because it is pushing the water away from it. That is really kind of interesting. Now, the scientist brain in me is going, oh, I need to find out more about this. What is this particular action that's causing the chalk pen to be hydrophobic with the other water that's going onto it? But look, the one that's not being hydrophobic, it's running. You can see that white one running down there like it's a watercolor. This is really cool. I like this a lot. Very cool. Oh, another 1/10 of a penny. Nope. There we go. So that, I like this. I do. I like this. I think this is a neat little effect. That is a nice little added bonus to having these chalk markers, is that they can be used like that to create extra interest in things. So I'm going to get one of my watercolor brushes. This is one of my big watercolor brushes that I got from Temu. And I'm going to try just moving this around and see what happens. Look at that. You can really and truly move it around like it is a watercolor and get some really neat effects on this. I really like this. I hope y'all can see this. I'm hoping I'm doing this in the light where you can see what's going on. This is really, really cool. Look how nice that looks. I love that. That little marble effect is fun. I agree with you, Valerie. This little marble effect is fun. Yes, Kelly, this is interesting. This is very interesting. I like this. Now, obviously the darker color is really, you know, overtaking the other colors, but it does give you that really nice little marble effect. This is cool. This is really cool. Okay, I recommend, 10 out of 10, recommend the Arteza chalk markers, very much so. One last test is I'm going to try them on these, and then we're going to put the chalk markers away, and we're going to move on to the Art Skills double-ended brush tip markers. All right, so here we go. So there we go. There's the black, and there's the orange. And these look really nice on these. This is a true black color here. So these look really nice on this. They really pop out on this. Even the black one is popping out on the black. So that is a really cool set. And I've got one more color over here, so I'm going to have to put it down, I guess, because I didn't get enough room for it to go up. Look at those. That's what they look like on the... And I over-spritzed. Look, Valerie, I overdid my spritzing. Surprise, surprise. No, really, such a shock. No, really, totally a shock. But that's what they look like on the little papers that came with them. That is super cool. That is really pretty. I really like this set. And the fact that it comes with extra nibs in case you mess up one of your nibs, and the fact that it comes with a pair of tweezers that can be used as a nib puller, if I can get them out. Nope, they're hiding from me. There they are. Look at that. I can use this as a nib puller, and I can also use them to hold my little pieces so that I can use my heat gun on my embossing stuff. This is so cool. I really like this set. I really do. This is a nice set. Highly recommend. 10 out of 10. Now I got to get all the markers back down in there. It's actually got a little space in the bottom where the markers actually go in. So they actually have resident spots to sit so that they will stay upright when you get them back down in there, if you get them in the right places and don't try to put two in the same hole like I just did. So that's also a really cool little thing. Rub the paper to see if it will come off. Which paper? The one that I just did? This one? Or one of the other ones. I'm assuming you mean this one, but I'm going to wait until you answer. So I'm going to put the rest of these away in the 30 seconds that I'm waiting for you to hear my question so that you can type an answer out to it. Because yes, I'm 30 seconds behind everybody because the YouTube doesn't show this live. It shows it 30 seconds behind. So I'm curious to see if you colored a pink on top of a white and wet it, what would happen. Okay. I don't know why that was hidden, but okay. So let's see. So this one. So rub the paper to see if it will come off. I can tell you right now that it is wet. So instead of using my finger to rub it, I'm going to use another one. This is the one that I used earlier. So this is the one that's got a little bit wet on it. This is a new one that I haven't used yet. I mean, at all. This is the first time I've ever used it. I'm going to go this way so that it's not pushing the white into it. So yeah, it does. But wow. Okay, without the water, look at the effect of that. Oh my gosh. I love these chalk markers. Oh my gosh, look at that beautiful effect. Oh my goodness gracious, this is so cool. This is the coolest thing. This is amazing. So yes, it was still wet and I could rub it around. Now, Valerie's question was, what if I take a pink and put it on top of white? So we're going to pull this white one out. We're going to make a spot right here. Oh, wait, I haven't used the white one yet. Hold on, gotta get this going. Shake it up a little bit. Get it, come out the pen. Come on, you can do it. You can come out the pen. You really can. I know you can. I know you're being shy, but that's okay. You can come out. Yeah, there we go. So we're gonna put some white down, and then I'm gonna set this to the side and let it dry, and then I'm gonna put some pink on top of it. And we're gonna use this nice, big, bright, beautiful, bold pink. Kind of more of maroon mahogany kind of pink. So put those away. Love these. These are great. Love these so much. These really are amazing. And they have the little closure that just closes them up right in the front, just like that. Just tuck it right in. It's totally closed. I love this. This is great. All right. That's set. 2 sets tried. Okay. So we're going to put this off to the side and let it dry. Okay. Valerie, remind me that I have done that because I'm really good at forgetting that I've set things up and then not doing them. So remind me later on that we need to go check that out. All right, so here we go. Back to these. This time it's going to be these brush tip markers. We're going to start with the white paper first. Okay, so I'm wondering if both colors will marble or just one. I don't know. We're going to find out. The one you just did. Yes, the one. Okay, there we go. So we're caught up on that. So these are ones that I got from Ollie's for $2.99, and they are double-ended brush tip markers. Now, I will say that whenever I've used brush tip markers, I have far preferred the brush tip end to the regular end, but we're going to try both and see what happens. So I got to open these up. Oh, there's tape on it. Ooh, the bane of my existence is tape. Tape and the icky stickies. Ooh, I don't like the icky stickies. If you've been in my channel for any length of time, you know how much I really dislike the icky stickies. There we go. So there's a few markers just pulled out to try them out. Oh, I don't have any cool colors in that. Let's get a couple. Let's get a cool color out and put one of these warm colors back in. There we go. So we're not going to try all of them. We're just going to try a couple of them. Well, we're going to try 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. Let's see. I want to do the pink one. Which one am I going to put back? I'm going to put back this one. There we go. So we're going to try these out on this, and we're going to do it with all the paper types again and see how these look out. So here we go, starting with these. Starting on the white, these are the brush tip ends, and they've got a brush tip end and they've got a regular end. And that's the regular end, which is nice. It does color really nicely, and that's the brush tip end. And I'm enamored by the brush tip ends. I really prefer brush tip ends. That's a personal preference. I will openly say that that's a personal preference. I know that there are people who absolutely prefer the blunt end, like this one that I just did, but I am very definitely a person who prefers the brush tip ends. I just think it feels like butter when it goes down. It just goes on down so smoothly and completely. So since I've started doing both ends on this one, I'm going to finish doing both ends on this one. It looks like this one leaked some. I'm going to call that I'm not going to say that's anything to do with this. I mean, these things, these art skills, these markers have been moved around and this, that, and the other. So I'm not going to say anything bad about the markers because, you know, if one leaks, one leaks. That's just the way it is. I probably won't use that end very much. And I don't choke up on my markers when I draw with markers, so I won't get that on my fingers, so I'm not that worried about it. Yeah, I definitely prefer the brush ends of these. These are really nice. Yes, they are, Amira. So pretty. And there we go. Oh, look at that beautiful purple. Now, see, I did not expect that to be as purple as it is. I expected that to be closer to the pink one at the top. But very beautiful. Very nice. And then the last one, this yellow one here. Oh, that is a nice, bright, vivid yellow. That is really cool. But definitely, I definitely prefer the brush tip end. So in all of these, this was the blunt end and this was the brush tip end. And for the rest of these, I'm just going to use the brush tip end. But look at that. These are beautiful colors. And it went on just like butter. Really pretty. Now, the question would be how much ink is actually in the barrel of these? Because usually on these double-ended markers, there's a thicker barrel on them. So there might not be as much ink in these. And I did pay $3 for it. So maybe not the best of all value in these, because I mean, even though the colors are absolutely stunningly beautiful and it does go on just like butter, it may not be the best value for these pens right there. So, and I'm not surprised that the yellow doesn't come through very well on the darker color. That doesn't surprise me at all. I mean, you end up with the darker color overtaking the color of the pen, but you can still see it. So there's definitely still visibility to it. So I like that a lot. That's really pretty. And there's another pop-up ad. Bye-bye, pop-up ad. Beep, beep, beep. There we go. Baby Bear is absolutely fast asleep in his little bed. Baby Bear is just snoozing away over there. He's got his nose curled up in his bed. He's so cute. Oh, my Baby Bear is just the bestest little baby bear. There we go. So that's the same color scheme, and I only used the brush tip end, and that's the same color scheme on the black of the stuff, the black paper. I'm losing my ability to speak at this point. Oh my gosh. All right, so same colors on this one. I'm not as enamored by these. I mean, I think you can tell in my voice that I have reservations on this set. And my reservations are not in how well they color, because they do color beautifully. My reservation really falls to the fact that I paid $3 for these, when so many of the other things that I've picked up at Ollie's have been less expensive than that. And also the fact that they have such a thin barrel that I'm not really sure how much ink is actually inside these pens. So it could be that these would run out rather quickly, and I'm not sure whether they will or not. I think I've seen those at $6 at Dollar General. Really, Amira? Wow. So this was half price at Ollie's. So this is them on the warm paper, not cool. This is them on the cool colors paper. And the warm colors really pop out much better than the cool colors do. I like that, but that makes sense because I mean, they're the opposite colors. All right, so they were doing this on the warm color paper. And I have a question for y'all because I don't really know. Okay, I understand the basics, the warm color, the cool color. Is green warm or cool? Because it's a mix of blue, which is warm, I'm sorry, blue, which is cool, and yellow, which is warm. So which is it? Is green a cool color or a warm color? Because, oh, wow, you almost can't see that on this paper. Look at that. That's almost invisible on this paper. Wow. I'm going to put a little box around that right there. So green is a cool color. Okay. Thank you very much. I mean, obviously, I don't understand color theory. They look a little jelly texture. Yeah, that's true, Valerie. They do look a little jelly texture. They do have that jelly quality to them. So this box is around the one color that almost exactly matches that. Green is a cool color. All right, I learned something new today. Today, I learned that green is a cool color because I've always wondered that because it's got blue and yellow and one is a warm color and one is a cool color. I just never understood that. You know, obviously I don't understand color theory, but look at that. Those look really cool. And this is almost the exact same color. This pen right here is almost the exact same color as this paper. So that's pretty neat. All right, and then the brown one. So we're going to do the brown one last. And I like these. I do. I don't regret buying them, but I probably wouldn't buy them again. I'd probably look for green cancels out red. Now, see, Kelly, that doesn't mean anything to me. I don't understand that at all because I really don't understand. Now, if you want to understand, you know, how the frequency of light colors, the frequency of light changes the perceived hue of light when you're looking at different things. And if you want to understand that, yes, red and green make yellow because red and green are colors of light, and yellow and blue, when you talk about them, you're actually talking about yellow and cyan, and those are actually pigments. I got that. I got the science of this down. But the esoteric artistic side, I got nothing. I got nothing at all. So that one's really pretty. Now, I do want to point out something that I noticed in one of these markers. Look at how much that has bent just from the little bit that I have done with these. And this is the only one that I've noticed that's got that particular bend on it. I would call these a 7 out of 10. Really and truly, I would definitely, I would stay in the 7 out of 10 range of this. Now, I might be jaded because of the absolute brilliance of the very first set, the Spectrum Noir set, but these, they just don't seem to be as rugged. They don't seem to be as robust. They may not have very much ink in them. I don't know. I will definitely use them till they run out, but I'm on the 7 out of 10 side on these. I would not buy them again knowing what I know now. We'll put it that way. I do not regret buying them in the first place, but I would not buy them again knowing what I know now. So there's that. Dun, 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 dun. See, when you say green cancels red, that doesn't make any sense to me because you put green light and red light together, it combines to form yellow light, which is one of the hardest things for my kids to understand. So I had to build light boxes for them to see it. It was one of those things that they did not believe me until they actually saw it for themselves. That the shadows created, the shadow when you mix red and green light together is actually yellow. It's one of those cool gestalt moments in my classroom. It really was. All right, so we're going to do these next because I am so interested in these. I want to see if these do what I think they do. Now, these are called stain pens. And it says here, unscrew the lid and applicator to remove the stopper in the pen bottle. The stopper can be easily removed with tweezers. Make sure to screw the applicator back on tightly before using the paint pen. And it says, designed in USA, made in China, sun catchers not included. So these are actually for coloring on. I like them, but I was kind of upset that they have an inner core in the cap, and I slightly messed up my tip putting the cap back on one of the pens. C'est la vie. Yeah, so Doris, yeah, I can see that. All right, so I'm going to do what this says for me to do. It says to pull this. What does it say for me to do? Uncover the lid and applicator to remove the stopper in the pen bottle. All right, so I have to pull this out. So I have to remove this. It says with tweezers. Anything that can be done with tweezers can be done with my fingers. There we go. So there is a stopper inside this bottle right there. That sucks. Yeah, I agree with you, Amira. That does suck. Amira said that sucks, Doris. For those of you that are watching this later and don't have the advantage of having the words in front of you while the people are chatting, I kind of tend to read it. So there's the little stopper that was in there. And I am going to throw that away because that is a very tiny little thing that could very easily go down the gullet of one of my babies, and I would not be happy if that happened. All right, so put the stopper back on and then put the lid back on. So now the stain bottle is ready to go. All right, so I'm going to get a couple more. Let's see, I'm going to pull out a couple more colors. I'm not going to do very many of these because these are stain. They're not actually pens. They're not actually markers. They're stain. But I couldn't resist them. I really couldn't. I thought that they were just the neatest idea. And if this actually works on the vellum, which is what I want to use it on, that would be so cool. All right, so here we go. There we go. Got that one off. Deep down in the garbage can. Put the lid back on, and I'm going to have to make sure that I keep these in the upright position because I can see them falling down, the liquid falling down into the bottle after the stem has been removed, since these stoppers are there to keep them from leaking in transport. I don't know what color you're wearing, CC, but any markers can be stain markers on light fabric and bands. Because of my mental situation, I basically live in nightgowns. The current one is pink and white, but it's okay if they get stained, really and truly, because I mean, nobody ever sees me in them, except my husband, but he's used to me at this point because he's my caretaker for my mental health issues. So, but thank you. I appreciate that, Valerie. I really do. I didn't mean to be a bummer. All right, so here we go with the stain. Now, I don't know what this is going to do, so I'm going to put a little teeny tiny bit down, which is that. Hey, Steve. Hey, Erica, you made it. Excellent. Good to see you. We are trying what they're called stain pens. These are called stain pens to use with sun catchers and other crafts. Oh, no worries, Erica. I came on a little bit early today. You know, my Wednesday ones are erratic at best. This one actually started at 8:45, so I mean, it's just an erratic one. But the Friday ones, the Friday live streams are always 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is a given. But if I go live at any other time, it's kind of, what time do I actually go live? All right, so now I now have 3 little dots right here. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to try pulling my pen through them, or my paintbrush through them. And that's what happens when I do that. And I get this little blop of color. It's interesting. I don't know if you can see it in person, but it looks kind of like it's a gel. It doesn't really look like a marker color. See how these sunk into the paper where it looks like this is sitting on top of the paper? That's kind of cool. I kind of like that. These over here, the very first ones that I tried, these are the Spectrum Noir metallic flip pens. So they've got a shift to them. It's kind of the same effect that I'm getting on these. So interesting. Hey, Mary, good to see you. Glad you finally made it. Good to see you here. Well, yeah, look, people are coming in. Yay! I appreciate that. I really do. I appreciate all the viewership that I get. I really do. These are actually pretty cool. All right, so I'm going to try this for what I actually bought it for. I'm going to get out a piece of this vellum, and I'm going to see if it works. I'm going to see if I can actually color vellum with this. And it would probably be better if I didn't have a piece of colored vellum, but these are already, I've already fussy cut out some butterflies from this, so I've got a little piece right here that I can just cut off and test. My wonderful scissors. Oh my gosh, I love these scissors. If you're looking for these on Temu, again, look for wool shears. Don't look for crafting scissors. These are sold as shears for shearing sheep, and they're amazing. Oh my gosh, I love them so much. They cut like butter. Oh my goodness. All right, so we're going to try staining this. And I want to see if this will do what I hope I want it to do. I'm just going to put a little bit of the stain down, because if this is made for sun catchers and things like that, then this is actually made to stain things that are non-porous. And it should dry in some respect. And wow, you can even see with that one that I just put down without actually moving it around, you can see that there are some mica dots in it. So this actually does have some mica shimmer in it, or at least it looks like it has mica shimmer in it. I don't know for sure that it does. but it definitely looks like it has a mica shimmer to it. So there's the 3 colors that I have out that I'm testing. And I'm not going to test these on all the papers because it's just going to be the same. I'm going to put it on the white paper, but I'm not going to test it on all of them. But I want to see if I can do this where I can stain my vellum. Because if I can stain vellum, that opens up a whole new category of being able to do card making stuff. Because vellum, if you put color on it, you have to put the color down and then put the vellum upside down so that the color doesn't come off. Now let's see if when this dries, if this actually did stain my vellum. Okay, so that's that one. Now I'm going to try the same 3 colors on the white, and then we're going to move on to another set of markers. Yay! You made a smiley face. Did I make a smiley face? Where did I make a smiley face? Where? I made a smiley face. That was not intentional. I don't know where I made a smiley face, but that's too cool. I love my smiley faces. Have I ever shown y'all my favorite smiley face in all the world? Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, totally random off task behavior here, but this is my favorite smiley face in all the world, and I'm not going to use that to write it out. I'm going to use this. This is just a regular old ballpoint pen, but you just make the little curly Q, and you make another curly Q, and you make a nose, and you make a smile, and you put a circle around it. That is my all-time favorite smiley face ever. I just love that smiley face. Okay, totally off task. Going back to this. Here we go. So moving this down and putting this one down. So I'm going to put all 3 dots of stain down, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to pull them out with the pen, with the paintbrush, and see what happens with these. Because again, these are stain pens. These are not markers. And I bought them because I want to be able to stain my vellum with that. So there we go. So there's that. No, not that one. Oh no, that is the one that I'm using. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, Valerie says, "Aw, I'm thinking he's talking about my smiley face there." So pull these down, and that is just a neat effect. These stains have a really cool effect, and because they're sitting on top of the paper, because they're not going in, if it dries that way, that is going to be some really cool effects for using a paintbrush and these stains for making some patterns on the paper to then use that as background papers. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, I love that so much. Okay, so I like the stains. I do like the stains. We will see whether or not they actually do what I want them to do, but there are 18 colors in here. I paid $2.29 for this whole box, and look at the beautiful colors that they have. I mean, there's these, it just runs the gambit of colors. It's got nice yellows and blues and teals and purples and pinks and reds. Very nice colors in here. I absolutely love this. And if I can use this in card making, that is going to be a game changer on so many levels. Because these, if they do what I want them to do, it's just going to be amazing. And I feel like I've said that like 12 times now. I may very well have said that like 12 times now. I have a tendency to repeat myself. It's a teacherism where you say the same thing over and over again, but with slightly different things. All right, so there's that one. All right, so we're going to try these 1mm Pentonic ballpoint pens. I really hope that these work because I can use these in my Cricut if that's a nice 1mm ballpoint pen. So here we go. Woo! All right, so here we go. Here's these right here. I've got these. It's just purple, red, and green. Those are the colors that I have. Oh, and they have little stoppers on them. Okay. Thank you, Kelly. It is all amazing. This is all really cool stuff. So running it down. Now these have been hanging in the package with the pens up for quite a while. So it's quite possible that the ink has run away from the pen. But that is a very nice little purple. And then here we go with the red. Pull the little cap off, throw it away. The red is right there ready to go. And these are smooth. I mean, this is a smooth writing pen. I will say that. This is a very nice, very smooth writing pen. Got to pull the little cap off of that one and then do this with the green. Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. Definitely. So these are 1mm pens, and I don't see any of I've been using my Cricut out in the family room, so it's not back here. So I don't have any of the Cricut pens back here to show the difference between a 0.4mm pen and a 1mm pen, but those are nice. And it does look like it's a little thicker than the other ones that I've been using with my Cricut so that I get extra thickness out of it from using it, because that's one of the things that I really like about my Cricut is that it gives me great handwriting because I have terrible handwriting. I mean, obviously I have terrible handwriting, but it gives me the opportunity to have really good handwriting. It also gives me opportunity to make sentiments that I can't make otherwise. So this is a 0.4 millimeter pen that I did this with. So that's this one right here. And if I color it in, maybe you can see that it's a little bit thicker. Not really, I can't really tell a difference. But it is a really beautiful, very nice, smooth pen. Okay, I like these Pentonic ones. These Pentonic pens are really nice. Let's test them out on a couple more colors, just so that we have consistency in this. I'm kind of running out of time, so I'm not going to do them all of them. But this is how they look like on the other color papers. There we go. Like so. Let's see, put the green back on the green, put the red back on the red, put the blue back on the blue, so that I'm not shocked when I open them up. But you can see it there. It's not really dark or anything. This is definitely better on white paper, I would say, or light color paper. It probably would look pretty good on the yellow one too. Where's the yellow one? There's the yellow one. So let's try that again on this one and go, hi, like so. That's something I used to do all the time when I was a kid, is take 3 pens and write at the same time. I don't know how many of us did that. I'm pretty sure a lot of us did, but that's what it looks like right there. So these are nice pens. I don't really notice much of a difference between the 1 millimeter and then the 0.4 millimeter that I was using. I don't really see much of a difference in this because this was done with a 0.4 millimeter pen. I don't see much difference in that, but it's a really cool set of pens. All right, definite keepers. I would give those an 8 out of 10, I think. Would be an 8 out of 10. I don't remember. Oh, there it is. I paid 79 cents for these. That's a great price. That is a really good price for these. Okay, one more that I have not yet tested, and then if there's time, we'll go back to this one. Yeah, I like the look too. That is very cool. All right, so here we go. These are brush tip markers again, and these are fully brush tip markers, which is why I bought them, because like I said, I have a tendency to prefer the brush tip side rather than the blunt tip side. And this way I know that all of the ink that's in here is going to come out of the brush tip side because it only has a brush tip side. Oh, butter. Oh, that is butter. Oh, I love this. This is real. Okay, so far, definite winner. Oh, look at these. These are just gorgeous. Look how beautifully and smoothly they write. I'm putting like almost no pressure on these, and I'm getting this beautiful color out of it. This is just, whoop, oh no, hold on a sec. It fell to the floor. Dun, 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 dun. I got it. Okay, so here we go. So this is the one that I pulled out and fell to the floor. Look at that. Look at that. I was expecting this to actually be a darker color, to have more of a concentrated pigment in it, but oh, that is so cool. All right, and here we go. Here's another one. This one right here. This and oh. Okay, I love these. I do. I love these. And like I said, I really was expecting me to love these because these are pure brush tip markers. I am not a really big fan of, those would make fun fonts. I love brush markers. Yes, they would make fun fonts if I had the ability to write well. I don't have the ability to write well. Yeah, that pink. I expected the pink to be darker, in all honesty. The barrel color made me expect a more concentrated pink color, but I'm not mad. I'm not mad at that pink color at all. So, okay, so the orange doesn't look very good on brown, but it does show up. Same with the pink. So the brown, these probably won't look that great on brown because they're not that concentrated in color. So I would definitely skip these on the brown paper. So that's those two. I'm probably going to say the same thing about the black paper. Yeah, you can see where the ink is, but you really can't tell what color it is. Are the brush tips first? They're very soft, Erica. They're very soft. I'm barely touching them down, and it does bend a little bit. They look firm. Okay, well, I think they're very soft. This is with me barely touching it. You can see how much it bends just with me barely touching it. So I would call them soft. Without having, because firm and soft are subjective descriptions. Without having your knowledge of what firm means to you and your knowledge of what soft means to you, it's hard to quantify that because it can't be quantified. It is, it's subjective. If I were to get a force meter out and push down on it and see how much force it takes in order for it to bend, that would be a quantified thing because we'd get a number out of it. Oh no, was I a science teacher? No, whatever would make you think that? But, Yeah, it's like hot, cold is a subjective. 98.6 degrees is an objective piece of data, but hot is a subjective piece of data because what's hot to one person is not hot to another person. I used to do that in my classroom when we did melting point depression, which is just a fancy way of saying the ice cream lab. We would put salt on ice, which would make the melting point of ice. The melting point of salted ice is about 10 degrees centigrade lower than the melting point of just fresh ice. And what I'd do is I'd make them shake their bags with their ice cream in it with their hands. And they could put paper towels and stuff around them. But it got really cold. And then I'd walk around with a bag of just fresh ice and I'd put it in their hands and they'd go, oh, that's so warm. And then I'd sit there and say, you just called a bag of ice warm. And then I would really drive home the idea that warm and cold are subjective quantities, whereas the temperature is an objective quantity. So soft but not wimpy. Yes, that's a good way to describe it, Doris. I would say soft but not wimpy. But I definitely don't want to put a lot of pressure on these because I can definitely see that these tips would get deformed quickly. And there's nothing inside there that's going to cause me to deform it. It's a nice open cap. So there's nothing in there that would cause me to deform it when I push it in, unless I miss the cap and I've actually scrunched it into the side of the cap when I'm trying to put it in. So that's another good thing about these. I like these a lot. All right, one more color to try these on. I do. I like these a lot. I like these a lot for several reasons. Number one, it is purely a brush tip. That's it. It's not two different tips. I'm not worried about sharing my ink with a tip that I'm not going to use because I gravitate towards the brush end of these. And it's got a really nice butter feel to it. It's got a really nice grip right there to hold on to it. So if you were one of those people that has really, really nice handwriting, unlike me, who has really terrible handwriting, you could definitely get those beautiful letters that you see people making all the time. That's oh, that's so bad. But you get the idea. You could definitely do some beautiful some beautiful calligraphy with these, and it would be absolutely stunning. I mean, just absolutely stunning. Okay, 10 out of 10. I would give these a 10 out of 10. So far we've had two 10 out of 10s. We've had a 10 out of 10 here and a 10 out of 10 here. They're the only two 10 out of 10s that I had. Nope, we had another 10 out of 10. I would give these a 10 out of 10 too. Oh, wait, we have to try something. Oh, Valerie had that idea. Okay, so this should be dry by now. So hold on, let me get this over here. So this should be dry by now. So yeah, that's dry by now. So let's try this. Okay, I need to work the ink into the tip of this. And she said put a pink on top of a white and see if they would blend. So let's see if this happens. It's like that line in my Cousin Vinny. Yeah, you blend. It's a great line. I love that line. Okay, so there's this one. Oh, that's a pretty color. I wonder what it looks like on the white. Hold on, sidetracked. Where's the white piece of paper? There it is. I think I just caught the lid. Ooh, that's so pretty. That's a very pretty color. That's the color that I just pulled out. That's a very pretty color. I did not catch the lid. Dang it. All right, I'm going to have to find the lid on the floor in a moment. But right now, we're going to test this first. Oh, the lid fell to the floor. I know, baby bear. Mommy made silly noises. I know. You can go back to sleep, baby. All right, so let's try this. We're going to put this ink right on top of that. And we're just going to go back and forth across it. It looks kind of like it's blending a little bit, but not much. It looks like the color is really staying on top pretty nicely. So that's pretty cool. I need to find the lid for that. And then we're going to take one of these. Oh, I need another one. I got to wash all my brushes tonight. That we're going to try this, see what happens if I try to push it. It does actually look like it's causing the white to move now that it's on there again. So the white is reactivated by the other color being pushed on top of it. But if you don't actually move it around, it stays put. Spritz to see if both colors marble. All right, Valerie, are you telling me to use my spritzer? Oh my goodness gracious, how the times have changed, Valerie. Goodness gracious. All right, spritzing time. Okay, so it's spritzed. There it is. Let's see if they both marble. And the answer is, yeah, it really looks like they're both going to marble together. That is not the same, lightly. That was like about 5 seconds too late there. But Yeah, it's definitely marbling. It definitely is marbling both colors together. And if I move it around on this, in fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to smoosh it down there. Now we can see what the marbling effect really is, because that is gorgeous. Now this over here is from the other one. The liquid from the other one moved that one over. But even that, look, you can see it marbling. That is really stinking cool, Valerie. That was a great idea. That is so neat. Look at that. You get marble effect from it. So you could literally put some of that, you could use these chalk markers on one of these. I need to put that away. Huh. I forgot that was still on there. See, this is why I lose my stamps. But you could put this on here, put a little bit of water on it, smack it down on something, and you could have this whole thing. Yeah, exactly, Valerie. It's a card background. That is very definitely a card background. Okay, these just got even better, okay? Maybe these are 11 out of 10. So the Spectrum Noir is an 11 out of 10. The Arteza are 11 out of 10. These are a 10 out of 10. These are very definitely a 10 out of 10. Oh my gosh, these are awesome. I absolutely love those. And you've got an amazing splatter on the first card. Yep, you do. You get, yeah, there is. There's an amazing splatter on this too, but this is wax paper. It is not going to dry that way. So let's turn this over very carefully and just lightly press it down and see if we can get the splatter to transfer. Look at that, we did. We got the splatter to transfer just like a splatter. That is too cool. I really like this. Okay, I can see having tons and tons of fun with this. I really can. All right, one quick thing. We're going to do these really quickly at the end, and we're going to do it on the darker color so that we can see these really show out on the darker color. And yeah, I've got extra stuff sitting all over the place now. So here we go. So these, I love these. Oh my gosh, I love these so much. These are so beautiful. These are metallic paint sticks from Playday for $1.99. I got these out of Ollie's. If you're looking in Ollie's, don't just look in the stationery aisle and the arts aisle. Look also in the kids section, like it might be on one of those little hang tags that you get in the kids section where the puzzles and the games are. Look throughout the store for these because these are just absolutely beautiful. I absolutely love these metallic paint sticks. There's the pink one, and they dry so quickly. So it's not really great for smudging if you want to do smudging with them, but look at the intensity of the color from these things. Just look at that. That is just so amazing and so beautiful. And the colors, I mean, you've got these, I mean, bleh, I've lost my ability to talk again. You've got these really nice array of beautiful colors that you can use. You could use these with stencils. You could use these with all sorts of other accoutrements that you have, like stamps and things like that. Oh, I wonder if you can use it with a stamp. Ooh, I'm going to try that. I have a stamp. I have a stamp that I haven't put away yet. Here we go. Where's my stamp that I haven't put away yet? It's underneath here. Here we go. We're going to try this with the stamp that I haven't put away yet. Now, I don't know how well this will work because it does dry very quickly, but this is a photopolymer stamp, so maybe it will work. Oh, I have too many things in my hand. Hold on. Here we go. Blink. All right. Yes, it will work. I did not do that well. I would definitely recommend using that with a stamp pad, but I mean with a stamp platform and not trying to do it by hand like I just did, but it will definitely work. That is really, really cool. Oh my goodness gracious. Let's see if I can get the top part of it. See there, now I got the top part of it off because I missed the top part of the stamp right there, but that is really cool. I love these. I love these so much. I mean, like I said, when I went back to another Ollie's after I tested these on the Friday live stream, I was in another Ollie's, and that Ollie's will go up on Thursday. Tomorrow, that Ollie's Shop With Me will go up tomorrow. I bought 2 more packs of these because they are just stunning. Look at that. I would be upset if I only had 1 pack and it ran out. Now, I'm going to be upset when I lose out on 3 packs, but at least I have a lot longer to use them. And they are just absolutely stunning. I mean, that is gorgeous. I really love this. This is so beautiful. Oh, markers, 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 markers. I love markers. This is cool. And look at that. This has really dried beautifully well. This really has, this chalk marker has dried beautifully well. It's a beautiful background. Add some extra colors to it, get other things going in here, and this is going to be just exceptional. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So many great ideas that we've had together. This is why the Chatty Crafty Guild is so wonderful, because we get together and we share our ideas and we make suggestions and we test things out and we do experiments, and it's just so much fun and wonderful. This is so cool and so great. I really, 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 really love where this Chatty Crafty Guild is going. I really do. I cannot say thank you to all of you enough. I cannot express how grateful I am to each and every one of you, and I cannot express just how humbling it is to have such an amazing group of people that come and sit together with us, and we sit together and we have fun together, and that's so amazing. And I appreciate you so very much, all of you, so very much. Oh, I'm getting all sappy now. Okay, you want to be here on Friday. Friday is going to be Mink Toner Part 3, the increasingly inaccurately named Noob with a Mink Toner Kit. And I have some amazing ideas that I'm going to try, and it's going to be incredible. I make it fun. Thank you, Chris. Oh my gosh, that makes my heart feel so good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate that. But yeah, you want to be here on Friday for the Mink Toner, the increasingly inaccurately named Noob with a Mink Toner Kit. Part 3. I have some great ideas. They have come in the mail. They are absolutely wonderful. Oh my goodness gracious. Yes, Brenda. Oh, Brenda Kennedy. I don't remember your name. Hi, welcome, Brenda Kennedy. Welcome to the Chatty Crafty Guild. Thank you so much for remembering to ask for a thumbs up from everybody. That's so cool. Yay. It's so good to see you here. Yay! So everybody, I hope you have an excellent, wonderful, this has been an hour and 15 minutes, and you know, my goal is to be an hour and never do it. Yes, we have a new, everybody welcome our new guild member. Hi, Brenda, welcome to the guild. We're a bunch of wonderful, happy, wonderful people who get together on a regular basis and just sit here and do fun crafts and things like that. And Friday at 9:30 p.m., because my live is always Friday at 9:30 p.m., this Friday is going to be Noob with a Mink Toner Kit Part 3. Parts 1 and 2 are already up on my channel, and yeah, it's going to be, I have some amazing ideas, and if even one of my new ideas works, it's going to be an incredible thing. It really is. I'm so looking forward to it. So I have completely missed my goal again of having these be less than an hour. I don't think that'll ever happen again. Oh my goodness gracious. So everybody, thank you, Brenda. Thank you, Mary, Doris, Kelly, Kathy, Chris, Valerie, Mira, Doris, Erica, I can't remember. I don't know if I got everybody. Let's see, Mary, Doris, Amira, Kelly, Kathy, everybody, thank you so very much for being here. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Just, you know, where there's life, there's hope. Don't ever forget that. Please don't ever forget that. Where there's life, there's hope. And massive hugs to everybody, and cheers and happy crafting.